It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. Pacers looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here in Indianapolis. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K. Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Jamari Carroll is out there with Scope. And it's Valanciunas in the center position.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, he had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And DeRozan kicks to Low. Shoots. No good off the back of the rim. And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
On the wing, Ellis from outside the arc, and once again off the mark by Indiana. Here's Carroll. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Carroll's got his first basket. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now, here's Mahimi. Cannot hit. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Lowry against Hill. Valanciunas passes to Scope. Releases. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Hill kicks to Mahimi. And he bangs it home with one hand.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And that one's good, Ellis. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Pass to Carroll. Scola at the elbow. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Indiana. And George kicks to Ellis. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Ellis has got his second basket.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Lowry kicks to Scola. Outside DeRozan. This one for three. And again, no good by Toronto. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And stolen by Scola. Left side, DeRozan. All alone. That's short off the rim.
Well, I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Well, last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
And the basket by Scola.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot, and they were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
The shot by George, wide open. And a miss there on the triple. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Carroll dishes to Scola. Got a piece of it. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
George passes to Mahinmi. 5 on the clock. The feed to Ellis. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins. You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play. You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Hill kicks to Ellis. He feeds it to George. Here's the screen. Screen by Ellis. George dishes to Hill. Looking to end the run. That's good for George on the assist by Hill. George has got 5 now.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto.
Hey guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury. Came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Turner's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. The Raptors have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Lowry passes to Carroll. And it's Lowry penetrating. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
And Patterson kicks to Lowry. Off with the layup. Pacers trail by 3.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
Now the Raptors moving it up. They get it back.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
DeRozan against Ellis. Fades and shoots. Good. And it's 7 points for DeMar DeRozan. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Here is Lowry, following the score by Miles Turner. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even consider taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And so here's Toronto after Indiana gets the 3. He dishes it to DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. That's 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Ellis. Pass to Turner. Toronto grabs the miss. Carroll's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Carroll kicks to Valanciunas. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. George has got the ball.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Toronto calls timeout. Some changes for Indiana. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. Young is subbed in for Hill. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll. Ross, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. From 20 feet out. The rebound by Young.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. That's tipped.
That's fucking ball.
And here's the fast break. Ross leading the way. And the powerful one-handed slam.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Now here's Johnson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Ross with a wide open look. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
There's a minute left here in the opening quarter. Young dishes to Turner. Shot to stop the run.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Pacers trail by 8. Stuckey drives inside.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been ugly. I mean, really ugly. They need to find a way to get a few easy baskets to try to build some confidence and some momentum.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And C.J. Miles with the slam.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
There's a screen. Johnson attacking. The offensive rebound. A floater. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Indiana. Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
And Joseph drops them both. And that does it for the first quarter. The Raptors out in front as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. DeRozan at the 2 with Ross playing the 3. Patrick Patterson is out there with Scola. And it's Joseph in at the 1. DeRozan. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about, guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. And stolen by Patterson. Ross with it. He's got 5. No good on the triple.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Now here's Turner, trailing by 10. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there for Scola. DeRozan passes to Scola. And DeRozan kicks to Joseph. On the wing, DeRozan. He's guarded by Stuckey. Just 4 to shoot. The kick out to Scola. It's tipped. It's stolen by Hill. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Young. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And it's blocked by DeRozan. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And some changes here for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Patterson. Damari Carroll comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Lowry in for Corey Joseph. Here's Hill. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And so here is Indiana. The Raptors getting the bucket. And Young kicks to Hill. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And finished off by DeRozan.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. The thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created in his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. But he settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Allen's checked in for Turner. And George is subbed in for Solomon Hill. Screen by Scola. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. And it's Rodney Stuckey with the foul. That's his first foul. Stuckey against DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Pacers trailed by 7. Passes it to Stuckey. They set the pick. The drive by Allen. And stolen by Scola. And oh, here we go. DeRozan.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And he gets the bucket. Allen's got his first bucket in this one.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
6 on the shot clock. Scola sets a screen for Carroll. Scola with it. And Young picks him up defensively. And the basket by Scola.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Valanciunas passes to Carroll. Lowry against Allen. It's stolen by Allen. Here's Young. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
DeMar DeRozan on the wing. He's got 16. Carroll kicks to Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. All sorts of time. Hill gets the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Young up top. Kicks to Stuckey. Launches a 3. Shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Back to DeRozan. A second chance effort. And it's good on the way in. DeRozan's got 18 points.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Indiana moving the ball over. Young with no one around. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Toronto calls timeout. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there, posting career-high averages across the board.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Mahimi's checked in for Hill. Budinger comes in for Lavoy Allen. And it's Ellison for Young. And the Raptors also making a change. James Johnson's checked in for Luis Scola. Now here's DeRozan. 18 points for him. A clear look for Lowry. And the shot falls short this time.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
It's tipped. Stolen by Ellis. Outside, George. The 3. No good. Good work defensively by Lowry.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Took him no time at all on that one. Pacers trail by 7. Ellis with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Here's Ellis. Feeds it to George. Clock at 6. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 18. Johnson the screen. Back to Lowry. Shoots the 3. Raptors get it back. Second shot opportunity. And Valanciunas with the layup. And the Raptors lead by 7.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
The Raptors making a switch here. Biombo's checked in. Stuckey against Lowry. Stuckey kicks to Mahimi. Biombo with the block. Stuckey against Lowry. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first.
Oh!
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play. Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Outside, George. It's tipped. Buttinger dishes to Stuckey. And that one's good. Stuckey's got his first 2 points.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Offensive rebound.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot. Instead, a shooting foul. And we'll see free throws coming up right here. For Toronto, they've gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Clark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
George Hill's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. Hill against Lowry. The drive by Hill. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Free throw drops for Hill. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Now here's Buttinger. Defense right on him. And Mahimi with the stuff.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important
I'll
points.
put that nigga at the line.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes natural to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Getting back to Kyle Lowry, the reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, is because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard. That's why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
Now, here's George. He's got 14. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Pacers have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
At the line for 2.
That free throw good from George.
Good. All right. Alright.
He's off on the second. Got it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Pacers out in front, up 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Alright.
They called an on-call downstairs on Sunday. He said, ride it out till Monday. You should feel better because he said if she's throwing up, it's probably an overnight virus. And it's already been 2 days. So she threw up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Her fever was 103.9.
And now, let's do it. We go.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Just an amazing game for DeRozan. He has 18 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
Hill and Stuckey are the guard set. Paul George is out there with Turner. And it's Hill in the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
And here come the Pacers again. Indiana with the fast break. Now in Junis again. It's Turner. It's back to Hill. Dishes it to George. Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Carroll's got 5 rebounds tonight. And DeRozan throws it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
George with the screen on Lowry. Hill inside. Lowry covering. Lowry with the block. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. That's good. Now it's a 3-point Toronto lead.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Hill kicks to Hill.
What?
Turner with a screen on Carroll. Left side, Turner. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got his 6th rebound on the night.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Sent away. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. George has got the ball.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with this combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Young's checked in for the Pacers. And so he makes both from the line.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
Shots good from Young.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Here's Lowry, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lowry's got 8 points.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
And George drops them both. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, G8, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Screened by Scola. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Great positioning on the putback. That's now 8 points for Luis Scola.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Shots good from Young. Great one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Now, here is Young, following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Young pass to Stuckey. And Turner kicks to Hill. There's the dish to George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And Young, here we go. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Indiana?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Pacers. Ellis comes in for Rodney Stuckey. Here's George. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
George having a fantastic game. He has 9 rebounds and 2 steals. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that could just do it as well as he does on both ends.
The first one falls. Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. And Toronto also making a switch. Johnson's checked in. And he makes the first but misses the second.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Here's Lowry. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Lowry's got 10.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Johnson outside. Right side Lowry. Carroll, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the pass to Ellis. He kicks it to Mahinmi. Nice D from Valanciunas.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
To the left wing. Offensive rebound. To the wing on the left. On the wing, DeRozan. Off target from three-point range. Indiana trailing here. Here's Ellis. That ball's nice speed that time from George. George has got 6 assists now in the game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Get the fuck out of here.
Stolen by Valanciunas.
Bullshit ass.
From about 10 feet away. Valanciunas has got his
Fucking lame ass
basket of the
turnovers, man. That shit killing me.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Well, this shot by Mahinmi, no good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. A new group in now for the Raptors. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for DeMar Carroll. Ross is checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. There's the pick. Ellis dishes to Mahinmi. Biombo with the block. And they'll keep possession. And it comes off the front of the rim. Raptors leading by 9. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Stolen by George. Here's Mahinmi. Biombo with the block. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. George against Patterson. Will it go? And George, here we go. Mahinmi kicks to George. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Now here's Johnson. Misses from close range. For 3, Ellis. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ross on the wing. Defended by George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Ross against Ellis. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Here's Johnson. 6 to shoot. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Ellis, right side. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Jordan Hill is checked in for George. Hill passes to Miles. Ellis outside. To tie. The shot is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Ross with it. He's picked up by Hill. Ross dishes to Patterson. Now Joseph. Ross sets a screen for Joseph. Shot to stop the drought. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 9 points now for Terrence Ross. Hill kicks to Mahinmi. Inside. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Jordan Hill.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Ross on the wing. Seconds left to play in the third. Here's Patterson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Here's Joseph. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding.
3/4 of play in a close game here. Raptors lead by 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And Indiana shooting well. They're at 45%. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Scola out there with Damari Carroll. And it's Valanciunas in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Shot clock at 6. Hill passes to Hill. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Hill's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Indiana. The drive by Lowry. Hill with some nice D.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Hill, no good. Toronto trailing. Pass to Carroll. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw. Young's checked in for the Pacers. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pick up by Hill. Miles dishes to Ellis. The 15-footer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Skola's got his fourth rebound in this one.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut in on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
Talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post-game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
No good on the second free throw. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
And Miles kicks to Ellis. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And Scola with the block. Lowry from outside. Can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Ellis.
And, you know, the Pacers have made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
But they recover it. Young against Lowry. Young's shot is off. Toronto leading by 3. The feed to DeRozan. Down low. Hard DeRozan on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist in the game.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Rebound by Mahimi. And here they go. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. The Pacers making a switch here. Stuckey's checked in.
Rodney Stuckey.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Chase Budinger is checked in for C.J. Miles. Here's Young. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Lowry passes to Scola. Left side, DeRozan. Outside, Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Outside, Carroll. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 9 points here in the second half.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Outside Carroll. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the shot is good from Stuckey.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Shoots. Out to DeRozan. And stolen by Stuckey. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Can't hit from in close.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Here's Carroll. Rebound Hill. Hill's got his 6th rebound on the night. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. George is checked in for Hill. C.J. Miles comes in for Chase Budinger. Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And George Hill's subbed in for Young. Here's Hill. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And the dunk by Scola.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
And here's George for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Up top, Valanciunas. He feeds it to Scola. Stolen by Ellis. One-on-one fast break. Hill kicks to George. And stolen by Scola. Fast break Toronto. Here's DeRozan. Makes it off the glass. DeRozan's got 38 points.
Yeah, it seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Terrence Ross is checked in for Toronto. Timeout called the Pacers. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
Well, I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to get swept with home court advantage in the playoffs since 2011.
Clock at 6. Here's Valanciunas. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Turner. Pacers trailed by 4. And here's George for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Stuckey's got 3 assists in the game.
And guys, you look at the Raptors last season and how they stumbled at times. You could see that they would have trouble in the postseason with the way they were constructed. I don't think anybody saw a sweep coming, but that's where they ended up being. Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out. You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And it's Hill penetrating to tie it up. Hill, no good. Raptors leading by 3. Outside Lowry. In the corner, it's Valanciunas. Raptors moving the ball around. Screen by Valanciunas. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Indiana. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
George, no good.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The first free throw is good. Some changes for Indiana. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Hill. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
Yo, what the fuck, man? The fuck? Oh man, this fucking shit's dumb as fuck, man. Shit just came out with crazy ass lag out of nowhere. I can't even move. Oh man. Yo.
Why would you do that?
Do what? Huh?
Are you in the ground?
I was. That shit just lagged out.
Who you playing?
That nigga 2K. That shit lagged out in the fourth quarter, man.
What score?
It was like a 5-point game. Like, I had the ball, that shit just fuck. I couldn't even inbound the ball. That shit started shaking and lagged the fuck out.
How long she said that to take? You was stopped by the store for me on your way back?